are for another 5 Minute Murder. This weekend, I'm going to be in Richmond, Virginia for another stop on the World Oddities Expo tour. We're going to be out there rocking and rolling. Super excited to see everybody in Richmond. That will be this Saturday, so if you're in the Richmond area, come and see me. I will be there ready to rock and roll. On top of that, next Tuesday, we have a big release. We have the Profiler that will be hitting Kickstarter on Tuesday at 8 a.m. So make sure that you're on there. If you're not following it already, make sure that you're following it. But that game is a big party game, and it is like playing a live version of CSI. So you're going to be investigating the crime scenes, you're going to be interrogating the suspects, and you're going to be arresting them. So you have 60 minutes to figure out who the killer is and what kind of killer they are to win. It is an incredible game. It's been getting rave reviews. Make sure you jump on there and you get it right away because there's only a limited number of copies, right? So the all-in kit, there's only 50 of them. So make sure that you get on there right away and you pledge to get that all in so that you can have one of the only. There's only, like I said, there's only going to be 50 of them, and they're only going to be available during the Kickstarter. So make sure that you check that out. I'm going to select a killer. We're going to get going, and yeah, let's see who we get. So, I'm not so sure that I should do this one. But I guess we will, just because. And so from our Lady Killers expansion, we have Gypsy Rose, Blanchard. And I will tell you that I have stayed away from this topic for a lot of reasons. And so we'll talk about it today, and you guys will know exactly where I stand. All right, so Gypsy Rose was born on July 27th, 1991. Still alive, and just recently got released from jail. Is now out and, living her life. So she grew up with her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, making claims about her health that resulted in a series of dire diagnoses and medical interventions. However, Gypsy wasn't actually unwell. Her mother had been lying about her symptoms. Experts believe Dee Dee's behavior stemmed from the mental disorder Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Because Dee Dee wanted to be a caretaker, she feigned an induced illness in her daughter. The truth about Gypsy and her mother only came out after Gypsy arranged for an online boyfriend to murder Dee Dee in 2015. And that boyfriend is still in jail, right? He has not gotten out. But it is a wild, wild story, right? You know, Dee Dee really did have issues, right? She was getting a lot of money and was, getting, like, they had Make-A-Wish Foundation come in because they said that Gypsy had cancer and was going to die. So, everybody was giving them money, and they were taking trips to Disney World, all kinds of stuff, with this belief that Gypsy was going to die, right? And of course, that never happened. Now, her mother was drugging her and doing all kinds of stuff. But Gypsy knew, right? She knew that she could walk. Most of her family had no idea that she could even walk because they believed that she was wheelchair bound. But the truth is, she could walk. And as Gypsy became a teenager, and she got older and understood and started to want her own freedom and want to get out there, she started trying to seek out a relationship. And she had a couple different relationships that didn't work out. But this one relationship ended up working, at least in her favor, right? And eventually she got him to come and he killed her mother. Now, Gypsy says that, that's not really what she wanted to happen. And Gypsy says that she heard it happen. She was in the other room and listened to him come in and, stab her mother to death. There are some people that believe Gypsy was part of that. I don't know. I wasn't there. I know that it is a crazy, crazy situation. Whether Gypsy had part in actually having a hand in killing her mother and stabbing her, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if she just talked him into doing it or he was willing to do it of his own volition and was trying to help her out of a really bad situation because they wanted to live together. Now, when you look at the whole story and the fact that after Dee Dee was dead, they left and ran away together. And Gypsy actually lived with him and his family for some time before the police caught up with her. So, like, when you look at that, it leads me to believe that she had a much more active role. Now, did she actually, hold the knife and stab her mother? That's debatable. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Now, there is the talk that she did try to shoot her mother before then with like a BB gun. Now, was she trying to do that to kill her mom? Probably not. Did she know if it would work or not? I don't know. So there's a lot of craziness in this story. But we have somebody that went to jail. They paid for their crimes. They went there, they stayed, and they were allowed release. And so how I feel about that is, they served their time as far as the law is concerned. Now, I know I have friends that are on both sides of the spectrum, right? I have friends that believe that she should never get out of prison and that seem to speak out against her all the time. And there is a huge back and forth because Gypsy has been really big news ever since she has been released from prison. It's a huge huge case now. And everybody's following every move she makes, and if she's going out to dinner or if she's out there, and she is in fact become a celebrity, right? Without the actual celebrity status, right? She's not done any movies or anything. She has her documentary. She has a book coming out. So it's kind of crazy to thrust this woman now out into the limelight who has no experience with that and has no money to back that up. So I think it's crazy. It's crazy, and I think it's going to be a really difficult thing in her life. Do I think that she'll go and kill people again? Probably not. I don't know if that's a thing. Time will tell. Do I think that fame really crushes people? I see that being a really huge pitfall for her. And I think it's a scary thing that all of this fame is thrust upon her, and only time is going to tell how she's going to deal with it. There are a lot of people in Hollywood that don't deal with it well, right? After years and years of that fame, there are plenty of people that get involved in drugs and, do all kinds of bad things and steal and, everything because they can't handle the pressure that puts on. So I don't know. I don't know if she'll be able to handle that. I don't know what the future holds for Gypsy. I think that probably the best thing is to leave them alone and allow them to live their lives. Unless something crazy happens and there's some other incident, let her live her life. Let her go out there and do whatever she's going to do. And, if she has a wonderful, successful, marriage and, kids or whatever is in the future, then cool, let her do that. If she doesn't, fine, follow that. So, for me, it's not something I'm willing to sit there and pay attention to a whole lot unless there's something more to the story. Unless something else happens. As far as I'm concerned, she could fade away into history. And, we have this case and it's fascinating. And it reminds us that we really need to pay attention and we need to treat our children well. Because what happened with Gypsy was horrible. So, take it for what you will. But yeah, there you go. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, out and about. And I wish her the best. I hope that nothing happens the rest of her life and she can live it out with her and her husband in the best way that they can. So yeah, there you go. Gypsy Rose, I will be in Richmond, Virginia this weekend. Come and see me at the World Oddities Expo at the Richmond Convention Center. And next Tuesday, make sure you get your pledge in for The Profiler. It will be up there on Kickstarter, ready to rock and roll. And the faster we get those pledges in, the faster I can stop having a heart attack every time I think about it. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that fun shit. Check out the other channels, the Route 666 and Scorpion Lair Games, and just stick with us. It's always fun. Talk to y'all soon.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got